everyone. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Happy New Year. Sorry for being a little bit late. That's what happens on New Year's. You stay up too late. Alright. Up too late. So we're going to do this short flight. A very short flight. Hopefully... I wonder. I'm a little worried that I don't think the database for... Doesn't look like the database is picking up this airport for the overlay. So it's not going to give you the... I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see. What the heck is Bishkek? Figure out what's going on here. See if there's an airport nearby that maybe it picks up. It always does. It's kind of funny how it's like, oh well. Why isn't every airport in the world in the database? You would think it would be. Bishkek not even in... Okay, there we go. It's like not even in... let's see. I want to make sure I can... What the heck is Bishkek Airport? Oh, there it is. UCFM, right? Okay, well, let me try this one. There we go. We'll put in that one. Not gonna be exact, but it's close. Alright. At least we'll get the 100 nautical miles. Very short flight, but I don't know what... I just want to get a flight in here. We're going to Uniform Charlie Foxtrot Mike. Everything's right there on the screen. Everything's in the description. That's where we're going today. Uniform Alpha Alpha to Uniform Charlie Foxtrot Mike. Short flight because usually I try to end my streams around 9. And we're getting started. Well, we won't even be in the air by 9. So I don't want to get into a long thing and then... we got things to do in the morning. Who knows? So we're gonna do this, and then we'll kind of see what happens later this afternoon. All right, so let's get inside our Astana. World Tour Flight 203 going on right here, and I forgot to open up my Twitch chat so we can see what's going on over there. Get that going. Good morning, Happy New Year. Alright, let's see if things work on this. Do our safety check, engine master switches off, ignition selector normal, weather radar off, landing gear down, wipers off. Start the battery. Do this all myself. I won't have the... I'm not going to use a FS to crew today. External power is available, I suppose. Nav logo lights on. Alright, if you fire test. Master switch. Give it 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Start. External power, keep that on. Cockpit lights as required. Ground spoilers retracted. Flaps are in their position. Like I said, cockpit lights, so we'll kind of... I always like to have these integrated lights. Got a little snow on the ground here. Just came in the other night. Recall button, door page. We're gonna get that going pretty soon. Hydraulic page and our engine page. All looks good. I can still see VATS in traffic. What gate are you at? Yeah, you're the only VATS in traffic, so where are you? Because I've done it before where I have the AI traffic and VATS in traffic. I mean, last flight I even had it where there was like 1 or 2 VATS in planes and then everything else was AI. It was fine. I don't know where you are. Unless you're at a gate that has AI. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna keep going with this first and then we'll figure that out. Alright, payload, we'll get that in from SimBrief. Same with our fuel. Don't need much fuel on this one. Very similar to yesterday morning's flight. Very short, so
go ahead.
Don't need to add a lot of fuel or anything.
Hi there, just to let you know that we've started fueling the aircraft. We'll let you know as soon as it's completed. Roger.
Right, overhead panel, ground control on, CBR test, nav, strobe auto, APU bleed on. We got the Gen 1 and Gen 2 fault, amber lights, fire test for the engines.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Hi, Captain. Fueling has been completed. Roger.
Hey, Lukey. Welcome in. Happy New Year. Hope you're having a good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Alright, radio management panel. Let's go down here. Put the Unicom in. VATSIM over here. Oh, we already have the Unicom on that side. Weird. Alright, let's get a GSX to start loading the plane. I like to see the other traffic. There's literally one other, you're the only other plane over here. So I want to see other traffic and I want to have other stuff going on. Like when I'm flying somewhere where there's actually a lot of traffic, but there's like nothing going on here.
And this is Eurowing 632. Hello, this is Sasha. Can you see me now?
Ah, there you are. Now I can see you on SimAware. I didn't even see you on SimAware before. Yeah, it's over there. Yeah, let's see, where are you? Oh no, you're in the you're in the Qatar. Yeah, I can see you. Ah, you picked the one gate that there's another plane in. But I'll see you as soon as you start pushing back there. There you are. There he is with the Qatar sticking out of him. There were actually, I saw there was another, for a second there, someone else came in on Astana on VATSIM here too. They were just over here in this area. On SimAware, I saw them. Yep, Sasha's over there. You can see his Eurowings.
And what is your departure said?
Let's see. What do I got for departure? Let me get my... Or request a flight clearance here.
Almaty ground, Astana 109.
What is my...
Request clearance to Mhz with information hotel.
There we go.
Astana 109, cleared to Mhz via tips 2 ball. Departure, runway 23 right, initial climb 9,000, then is filed, squawk 6554. Cleared to Mhz via tips 2 ball. Departure, runway 23 right, initial climb 9,000, then is filed, squawk 6554, Astana 109. Astana 109, read back correct. Report when ready.
Don't they have the automatic? Are they, yeah, well, I'll squawk 2,000 right now, but then I think they have an automatic one. Aren't they supposed to have that, or is that not been rolled out yet? It could be like an automatic squawk. Alright, so I've got a tips to golf. That's what we're gonna do. So let's, I was gonna get GSX going. Let's get that happening.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. We need a jetway to be attached before we can speak with staff in the terminal about boarding the passengers. Can you arrange it, please?
Okay, no problem. I'll contact ground and see if we can get one attached. Just give me a few seconds.
Thanks.
Alright, so FMGC, we got our right there. We'll pull in the init from the sim brief. Ooh, that looks all good. Let's check the here.
Astana 855, contact Almaty Tower, 119
And this is rear-wing 56. This is rear-wing 52. Just so you know, AI traffic is fine, but you can't use air traffic for our you need to sign up because there is a rule about that, and that's it.
Always raining on my parade.
Departure, runway 23 right, initial climb 9,000, then filed, squawk, 6554, lost of 718.
Hello.
Hi, Captain. The passengers are ready to come on board. Are we okay to get started?
Yes. Start boarding whenever you like.
Excellent. We'll get started then, and
Let's
I'll let
see.
the rest of you know we're ready. It might take a few minutes for the passengers to start arriving, though.
Alright, let's get our zero fuel weight and all that stuff in. There we go. I need, I got my zero fuel weight right there. So I want to set our gravity 33.15. 33.15. Probably just write that down. Let's round this up. Alright, fuel 4.1. Our wind, we got a headwind of 16 knots, so I believe I think it's a minus. We do that minus 16 for the headwind. There we go. Okay, we're good on that page. Flight plan. We got runway 23 right. 23 right. Departure is going to be tips to golf. Kind of weird. We're gonna remove a waypoint here to make it easier. We're going to get rid of that ECLAT since that goes from the ECLA 1 Bravo. Makes more sense for that. So ILS 23 right. Or not just 23 right, I don't know. It's got an ILS, but tips to golf. Insert. And then we're going to go clear out that. Clear out that. Then we'll put our arrival in right away since we're really close. We'll do runway 8. ILS runway 8, Lugos Sierra 1. Why didn't I last night or this evening? Well, again, like I said, it's very hard for me to schedule things because it depends on what happens. I mean, we went out shopping yesterday for groceries, and it ended up taking us 2 hours, and by the time we got home, it was 6, and running up on
Ground to cockpit.
watching a football game and all that. So
Go ahead.
like I said, it's like I stream in the morning. I stream in my own morning because that's when my wife and son are still sleeping. As soon as they're awake, it's a little, if I can get a flight in, if I can jump in and do something, because they kind of come first on that. Alright, so we got all of our flight in, so let's go to the performance page. Got 90 passengers today. Where's my calculator? So ICAO is Uniform Alpha Alpha Alpha, runway 23 right, weight, back up, I have this stuff in front of me, takeoff weight 63,875, center of gravity was 33.15, we have a dry runway. Check that out. What do we got here? Mist. Visibility. Mist and smoke. Interesting. -3. Oh. We'll do dry. We're gonna have our anti-ice. See right there, that's a little different with our flaps. Flaps 0.6 down. Usually I'm at 0.3 lately. Maybe because we're light on the passengers, I guess. 70 degrees for flex temp. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how it is. If there's no ATC, it's really not, you know, much going on VATSIM. I know people, it always amazes me. I mean, I see people flying all over the place and no ATC. That's why I don't do a ton of VATSIM on these morning flights when I'm doing the world tour. And like I said, I'm doing this flight because I've got it set up. It's a short one. Get the flight in, and then we'll see from there if I have time some other part of the day to do some VATSIM. There was nothing that really jumped out at me. I mean, I could have done the flight from Saarbrücken to Rhodes. We could have crossed over. There's like an event going down in, but again, even it's just mostly area coverage. So it's, yeah, that's kind of how it goes. And yeah, I would have liked to get on VATSIM last night. I think I looked at it. There wasn't a ton going on either on VATSIM last night either, so it wasn't like I was missing. You know, we got that Orlando event the other night. I was glad I got into that because that was a really big one. All right, flex. Where am I? Turn off that. Why is that still on? What's our transition today? It's saying 10,000. It is 10,000. All right, cool. That's all in. Good to go on the FMS. Yep, I'll try to put a stream up. I'll try to have it up there so you can see if I'm going to go live. I'll try to make an announcement in Discord if I plan on doing something. Again, depends on, I have to kind of feel out and see what we have to do tonight. Make sure I get stuff done because kind of winding down on the vacation. Son's birthday is tomorrow, so we got to kind of plan what we're doing for that. You know, what food we're ordering, and you know, if I'm making a cake today or if I'm doing it tomorrow, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, but like I said, I'd like to be able to fly a few more flights besides just these morning streams on my today, tomorrow, and the 3rd. I have 3 more days here, so. All right. Yeah, no problem, no problem. All right, so oxygen masks tested. Our brightnesses are where we want them. Loudspeakers, that's set at 1 o'clock. PFD check the display and data. Let's actually make sure we have our proper Q and H. Flight directors are on. Anti-skid nose wheel steering is on. Anti-instrument. Doing all the things. Normal audio switching. Weather radar off. Wind shear off. ATC mode is auto.
Go ahead.
1. Altitude reporting. Since
Loading has
we'll
been
keep it on
completed.
2000,
We're
I'm
sending
still
the
on
load
that
sheet
right
up to you
now.
now. We'll contact you again once you turn on the beacon light. Then we can get you
We'll
moving.
see what happens on Batson.
Roger. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Okay. we
Actually,
just
there are a
located
few
the
other-
location ground. There's the passenger count, the crew count, and the total sold count, plus yourself, of course.
Thank you.
Okay, looks like we're all set to go whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
No problem.
Almaty ground, 5347, heading 65, request clearance to attack.
Kind of weird that the
with information hotel.
officer shows, or the pilot shows up. All right, check the box. All right, let's do a quick look at our airport. How we're doing this departure. We're gonna taxi out. Looks like, oh goodness, we're gonna have to taxi all the way down the runway to get the 23 right. You know what I'm gonna do? See, I don't know what this other. I almost don't want to do that. I want to go by. We're gonna go. Actually, we're gonna go with what our. 'Cause the wind is. There's no wind. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna do that because we'll do it that way. That's fine. We just gotta announce the attention on Batson. Let them know. Let the other guy know. He hasn't said anything either, so we'll do that. Or we'll just disconnect from Batson. Actually, no one really on. There's no one really on here. Not a big deal. I mean, there is another Astana who popped on. It's always interesting, so I don't know if someone's watching. If you're watching and if you're on VATSIM and you just popped in to here Almaty, but they're not going the same place as us. They were going to, where are they going? Uniform Alpha Charlie Charlie. So it's always kind of weird how it's like someone, maybe they saw us on there, like, oh, there's another person at the airport. I don't know. Okay, so let's do before start checklist down to the line. Cockpit prep completed. I was gonna look at the charts. Gear pit. Ugh. Yeah. Like I said, if I do, I will make sure I have it scheduled and up there once I figure out what I'm doing. Gear pins and covers. Removed signs on and auto. Adheres nav. Fuel quantity. Where's my fuel quantity? There it is. 4,180 kilos. Takeoff data set. Barrel ref 1018. Set. Down to the line. And let's get our start clearance.
Almaty ground, Astana 109, request pushback and startup. Astana 109, pushback and startup approved. Pushback and startup approved. Astana 109.
I don't know. You're pretty. Yeah, you're pretty good on VATSIM.
Almaty ground, Raster 464, runway vacated.
I don't know. I'd still.
Raster 464, taxi to gate 3.
I'd still say I'm below average on VATSIM.
Taxi to gate 3, Raster 464.
But I mean, considering I've done how many real VATSIM flights have I done? I'm probably less than 10 probably, maybe 10 at this point. How many did I do this week? I did 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I did 3 this week. 'Cause we did our flight to Manchester to London. I did Orlando to Jacksonville and Cleveland to Chicago. I think those are the only ones I've done this week. I've done 3 this week. Yeah, I've probably done 10 total, or that I can recall. Certainly less than 20. I would think. And not like very regularly either. I get these spurts where it's like I have, you know, there's good coverage somewhere, it's a good time, I can fly, let's do it, right? Alright, so we're not advancing now, so let's put in our squawk. Initial climb 9,000. Initial climb 9,000. 6243, read that correct. Report when ready. And which way? That's why I wanted to look at the chart. We're gonna push back. I think we're going to taxi using runway 5 right, the opposite taxi, or the opposite runway. I think that's how they do it. I remember when we landed here, it was kind of the same thing, taxi the gate via that runway, because they don't have any taxiways on the, you see these have the 2 runways. To get down here, you have to taxi down. You still have to double back. So we'll push back to the left, so we'll come out on Bravo. That's what we'll do. That is what we'll do. Alright. Windows and doors are closed. Below the line. Windows and doors closed. Beacon light on. Thrust levers idle, parking brake.
Go ahead.
Released. Oh.
We're ready to disconnect.
They're not connected yet. PSX, are you being a pain?
Almaty ground 9154, parking 76. Request clearance to Tashkent Vostokny with information.
Why don't you push me back?
9154, cleared to Tashkent Vostokny, 5-2 valve, departure, runway 23 right, initial climb 9,000, then is filed, squawk 3757. Clear to Tashkent Vostokny, via tips 2 valve, departure, runway 23 right, initial climb 9,000, then is filed, squawk 3757, 9154.
What do you mean read back my clearance?
9154, read back correct, report when ready.
Cleared Bishkek via Tipsa, yeah, Tipsa 2 Golf departure, runway 23 right, initial climb 9,000, then as filed squawk 6554, ASTANALINE 109. Why won't you let me push back?
Pushback can start up approved 9154.
PSX is going to...
9154, request taxi. 9154, taxi to holding point, runway 23 right. Taxi to holding point, runway 23 right, 9154.
It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
No.
Put the mask over your neck.
ATC never shouted at me.
With the strap and pull on each side to adjust.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome on board Air Astana. Pay attention to the following safety demonstration. Please fasten your
I can see that.
seatbelts when the
We
sign
got
is
window heat?
illuminated.
Oh, wait, we haven't started
Insert the
yet.
muzzle end into the
Window
oxygen
heat, it's auto. Okay.
To unfasten, lift up
Is
the
that
bottom
iced
cover.
up?
For those seats that are equipped with a shoulder harness,
Feeling better this week than,
please ensure the
you know,
lap
I'm
strap
getting
is
better.
inserted into the metal
It's,
rod
you know, I sometimes miss something.
belt.
It's just like, okay, what did you say? Or, you know, I wasn't anticipating, you know, a call.
If cabin pressure should fall,
6243, continue taxi.
They're not gonna turn me here, are they?
6243.
Then you may assist other passengers.
Right. Awesome pushback by GSX there. Stop here and click pushback. Happy New Year, Misha! Igor, welcome in. Igor Moldova. What is going on here?
This is your brace position in case of
Turn
an
that on.
emergency landing.
Won't even wait for it to be auto. You know what I'm gonna do here? I'm gonna turn on pushback helper and have them.
Your life vest is under your seat.
Yeah, never mind.
For business class passengers, it is
This isn't
located
ideally the
under
way
your armrest,
where you'd want to be
which
starting your
is
engines,
in the lower part
but-
of the seat console. Upon crew order, take it out and place it over your head. Secure the straps around your waist.
I think so.
Inflate the life vest only when leaving the aircraft by pulling the red tag. It may
Well, the
also be
MEDAR
inflated
says
by
there's
pulling through the tubes. The light
yeah, I'm
illuminates
surprised you said dust.
automatically when it
Yeah,
contacts
MEDAR
the
said
water.
so we got
Do not inflate your life
limited
vest inside the
IFR.
cabin.
Mist and smoke. Mist and smoke. Winds, we got just a 4-knot crosswind. I mean, directly across the runway. So we're going to take off runway 23 right. That's what we've been cleared to.
Directs you to these exits.
How's the levels for that safety
Emergency
video? Can you guys
exits
hear
are
the?
located on both sides of the
hear it all?
aircraft and identified with a
Yeah, I
marked
can't really.
sign.
Okay, yeah.
Take note of the nearest exit to you.
Yeah, mist and smoke. There was mist and smoke. I think wasn't there when we came into?
Please study the safety card located in the seat pocket in
Say,
front of you.
please don't start engines. Or clear to start engine. Duh. All right. Did
We remind you that
Yeah, I think the
smoking on board
last
and
flight
use
we
of
did when we
electronic
flew in
cigarettes is
here,
strictly prohibited
we
and
had
violation will be prosecuted
mist and
by
smoke.
law.
That makes sense. Flying into the same place, of course. Duh. Yeah, so I think we had limited visibility, limited IFR, and mist and smoke last time when we flew in here too. Did our hold to come in.
Please turn your radio electronic devices into the flight mode.
Hey, thanks for the subscription.
Devices not equipped with flight mode.
I have no idea. Like I said, it's probably between 4 o'clock my time, so it'd be what, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. your time, 10 and midnight, maybe, possibly even after that.
Aisles and emergency exits.
Departure, runway 23 right, initial climb
Now ready to
9000,
depart.
finish filed, squawk, 6453,
Please
59er,
open your window
99er.
blinds, lower the armrest, and check that tabletops and seat backs are in the upright position and your seatbelts are
If I knew
fastened.
it'd be scheduled.
Thank you for your
If I knew it'd
attention.
be
We wish you a
scheduled right
pleasant
now.
flight.
Almaty ground, 59er, 99er, request pushback and start up.
Engine 1, or engine 2 is coming up. Starting engine 1.
Pushback and start up approved, 59er, 99er. 59er, 99er, request taxi. 59er, 99er, taxi to holding point, runway 23 right. Taxi to holding point, runway 23 right, 59er, 99er.
9er, 9er. First I was like, why is there an Asiana here? But then I'm thinking, well, but that's right, we're in the Central Asia. Why wouldn't there be? I mean, Astana or Almaty is why shouldn't they, right? I have never done cross the pond. I mean, cross the pond, you have to kind of schedule that out. I mean, and I'm not at the point yet where I'm going to ask off from work to do VATSIM. Not at that point yet. So I've never done cross the pond. And, again, it's a time commitment thing. Do I have the time to do that? It's one thing to do a 10-hour flight or a 7-hour flight or a 20-hour flight and, offline, step away, do other stuff, and not even be close to the computer for hours at a time. It's another thing to do on a VATSIM. Alright, we got engines. Low selector normal. EPU bleed. EPU bleed. Master switch off. Engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice on. Ground spoilers armed. Flaps 1. This is why I use my button. There you go. Flaps 1. Pitch trim. .6. That's about 0.6. After start checklist, anti-ice on, ECAM status checked. Pitch trim set, rudder trim 0. After start checklist complete. Flight control check. Didn't we do auto land? I think we did an auto land coming in here because we had limited IFR, so I just let it auto land in the boeing. We'll see how it looks. Yeah, maybe we'll do an auto land. Yeah, we can do an auto land. Why not?
59er, hold position.
Don't let me practice my
Hold
landings.
position. 59er.
Yeah, we did the auto land. I think that was the first time I did the auto land in the Boeing. I've done it in this plane before. I've done it a few times. Let's go taxi clearance.
Request taxi. Astana 109er, taxi to holding point runway 23 right.
It's more
Taxi to
consistent.
holding point runway 23 right. Astana 109er.
Yeah, the last couple.
Astana 109er, hold position. Hold position. Astana 109er.
What am I holding for? You can see him taxiing on the runway. That's kind of weird. He just stopped there on the runway? I feel like they should taxi down. Yeah, it's telling me to taxi. Why would I taxi down 5 left when I could taxi down 5 right and then come back? This would be an interesting airport to have ATC at. Just to, like, what would they do for? And I know what they, what would you do? You would taxi down. You'd have planes. I would think you'd have the planes. Well, you'd pick which runway you're going to use. You're only going to. I would think you'd only operate one runway depending on how busy it is. Because you have 2 runways, but you have to taxi down one of the runways. One of the runways basically has to be used as a taxiway, so depending how busy it is, you're going to need to. So the ATC's having us go runway 23 right. We shouldn't be taxiing on runway 5 left, which is the opposite direction, obviously. We should be taxiing on. Oh, okay, he's on Bravo. Never mind. He's probably waiting for. Yeah, but why? Because I'm saying on my ATC here, I can see what it's going to. It's planning for the taxi route, and it's saying 5 left. And it's like, why would I taxi down the active runway? Just go to the other runway that's not being used. Would seem to be the solution to this whole thing. Astic, hello. Nice to see our airport here. Yeah. Yeah, interesting airport because it doesn't have any taxiways for getting to the other end of the runway. Don't tell me this is okay. A lot of small jets for the AI traffic here. Okay, so we're all. What is going on over here? Yeah. Look at this. Look at this mess. This is okay. So they're all holding to get onto this runway, to taxi on this runway. Why not just taxi here and hold on this runway and come back? I mean, look at this mess of a traffic jam. So here's an issue. AI ATC sometimes doesn't know how to deal with this, because this is the active runway. This is the runway. All these planes have been cleared by FSHUD ATC to take off runway 23 right, including myself. They've also been told to go to this holding point because the taxi route that they're giving is to taxi down 5 left, then turn around, come back up 23 right, take off. Now, considering we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planes in line, and probably more eventually, and nothing seems to be moving, it would make a lot more sense to go right here, because you don't have to. I mean, you could even, I don't know if you might still have to hold when a plane is taking off. You can't use this taxiway while a plane is taking off, but you could easily quickly get a plane across here. Even when a plane's on its rollout, probably you could get a plane across here, get them onto 5 right, go down, and again, don't use this runway for arrivals. That's all you have to do. But now we got this weird backup. So I'm going to skip over here, go take the runway 5 right, because the ATC clearly doesn't know what it's doing, and I don't even know if there's a plane down there ready to take off. I feel like everything's just, they're all confused. ATC right now is just severely lost, which is unfortunate. I'm surprised at how much traffic there is here. So here we go. We're just going to go warp through this guy. So there's the short drawback sometimes of, nothing. It's not a problem with this airport here in the sim. There's not a lot to this airport. I didn't see these buildings over here when we came in because it's so smoky. Oh yeah, that's the what is that? Is that another terminal? Oh, that's the control tower. Okay. What is this big building right here though? You see that? Oh, what's that big building? We didn't even see that coming in. Khadija Salma bint Ahmed Awali. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Happy New Year. We didn't even see those buildings until just now because of all the mist and smoke. But also when we came in a couple days ago, I mean, how many days has it been since we arrived here? Did the flight flying in? Yeah, basically all we could see was the runway. We actually did the auto land with the Boeing 737 because we couldn't see any couldn't see far enough down the runway really. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not able to see everything about this airport. I don't know, Sasha. I have no idea what's going on. I don't even know what events for my time. There's no. Unfortunately, not every single VATSIM event that is happening is on the VATSIM events page. I feel like because there must have been like a fly-in or something. Maybe it was a club. Maybe it was just a group of people on VATSIM together. But there was a whole bunch of flights flying into Bozeman, Montana last night, and there was like, I think there was tower coverage, but there was like this line of planes flying in there. It wasn't an event. I didn't see any events. It wasn't like a VATSIM event though. But let's see. Well, Vienna, there's an event, but that starts at noon for me. So, Dusseldorf and then Copenhagen. So there's all. I mean, it'd be cool. I would love to be able to do like, I don't know, fly Vienna to Copenhagen or something. That'd be really cool to do. But noon to 3, all those events are noon to 3 for me, and that's kind of like the worst time for me to be able to try to fly. Like I said, basically any time after right now is not a great time for me to try to fly, and VATSIM is just that added thing. I've snuck them in this week. I've snuck in 3 VATSIM flights, but. And then there's late nights at ZOA, which is over by San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose. But that starts at 9 o'clock tonight, so I don't know if I want to stay up that late and fly. It'll kind of just be playing it by ear. I mean, that's sort of the problem, is that it's hard to schedule unless there's a VATSIM event to go. Now he's landing planes on this runway. Ah, UATC. Oh my god, look at this. Ah. Boom. Goodbye. Okay. When did... Okay. See, that's not how you do the ATC. I didn't even... Oh, because we're not on tower, we're on ground. Okay, so no one's moving... Oh no, there is a plane over there. Taxi. Oh. Maybe I was just impatient. I was impatient. Again, this is not how we would operate, obviously, on VATSIM. Yeah, here's another little plane. So he was taxiing down, I guess.
8425, cleared to Oscar India, Charlie India, 562 Golf.
It's so crazy. It's like there's so much VF, like small plane traffic here out of this airport. Why are we all iced up? Ah, that's why nothing's moving, because this plane's kind of messed up. Now, how do I forget how to,
8425, red back correct.
let's see, where's my FSLTL? I forget the,
Report when ready, 8425.
Hey, inbound, thanks for that. Thank you, Sasha.
Ground, 8425, request pushback and start up.
How do I get to... Alright, I gotta put this in here.
Pushback and start up, approved.
FSLTL, we gotta turn it on, we gotta kill it. Been forever since I've been in this menu.
Request taxi. 8425, taxi to holding point, runway 23 right.
Nearby track.
Taxi to holding point, runway 23 right, 8425.
I think because once it's injected, FSLTL doesn't actually control it. It's because FS HUD has it now. No, she doesn't. She's like, why'd you cut it so short? Well, because last time they told me that they had cut it with a 4 for the top and then like a 3 for the sides. So that's what I told them. I told them 4 for the top, 3 for the sides. And I was really surprised when she was buzzing a lot more off. I mean, this is the air. I'd rather have this haircut. Obviously, this time of year it's kind of a little cold now. But this is the one I usually would get. Used to get back in the day. All right.
758, hold position. Hold position, master 758. Almaty Tower, Astana 10.
We skipped in line there, but that's also because that little plane was broken.
Astana 109, wind 325.
They didn't have our taxi lights on.
Runway 23 right, cleared for takeoff.
I'm all.
Runway 23 right, cleared for takeoff.
I'm getting worse and worse at this, I feel like. Alright, before takeoff checklist down the line. Flight controls, checked. Flight instruments, checked. Briefing, confirmed. Flap setting, config 1 plus F.
Hold position.
There you go.
Hold position, 225.
V1, VR, V2 flex temp set. ATC set. Takeoff, no blue.
Runway 23 right, cleared for takeoff.
Below the line, cabin crew advised.
23 right, cleared for takeoff. Astana 855.
Just got clear for takeoff? Oh, okay. Yeah, calm down here. Alright. Checklist complete. I can't focus. Alright, here we go. Wow. Brakes can be super... going on here with this traffic? Okay, the AI traffic was not bad when we flew into this airport, but it is a complete mess flying out. You're up. It's just traffic everywhere it's just going every direction. The other problem is, another problem, not only do we have zero visibility, basically.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Sinking? What is going on with our speed here?
ASTANALINE 109, contact Almaty Radar 126.8. 126.8, ASTANALINE 109.
Yeah, we're not really getting any speed.
Almaty Radar, ASTANALINE 109, 62 Golf, departure at 3,400, climbing 9,000. ASTANALINE 109, radar contact, continue climb 9,000, QNH 1017. Continue climb 9,000, ASTANALINE 109.
Really fast climb rate out of there. All right. That is a just a brutal takeoff there. I mean, we're barely getting. I mean, you can't see anything out here. We got ice all over the plane, and the AI traffic was just kind of not that great this morning. Gotta remember, we're also on a short flight here, so can't mess around too much. Alright, flap 0.
ASTANALINE 855, contact Almaty Center 132.4.
Yeah, I put,
132.4, ASTANALINE 855.
where do I put the wind on this one? Oh, there's this one. No, I didn't have that. Well, climb wind.
ASTANALINE 109, contact Almaty Center 132.4. 132.4, ASTANALINE 109.
Yeah, I put the wind in and everything.
0. Continue climb flight level 100, ASTANALINE 855.
I don't know if the calculator just...
Almaty Center.
No, it's just weird. It's like, yeah, it had a very...
departure at 6,800, climbing 9,000.
Here.
ASTANALINE 109, radar contact.
Yeah, it seemed like maybe too aggressive of a climb out, because we were like right on the edge of stalling. Flaps 1. It's very weird.
4015, contact Almaty Tower 119.4. 119.4, 4015. Almaty Center 756, Peak 7 Hotel, departure at 6,700, climbing 9,000.
This one?
756, radar contact, continue climb flight level 220. Continue climb flight level 220, 756.
Ice detected. Yeah, I know there's ice detect. That's why I got the anti-ice on. What do you want me to do? Good job. That other plane that we see on the TCAS right there. Where? Oh, I see what you're saying. Fix. I want this one to fix info.
ASTANALINE 855. Continue climb flight level 330.
Continue climb
Why am I
level
putting a fix in
330,
here?
ASTANALINE 855.
Aero flight 1946. Contact Almaty approach 124.8.
124.8, Aeroflot 1946.
How do I do that though? Let me go back here. UCFM 08 like that. UCFM. I have to go standard. ATC's not recognizing I'm at my 10,000. Not clearing me. Oh, we actually now have a nice, finally got out of the mist and junk mode. That's what I was wondering, like, how much radius should I put in for this one today? I usually do, like, what, 100 or whatever. I think I do the calculation for the descent and then... Well, already, wow, we're already an hour in. For such a short flight. Took me a long time to get off the ground there. Really stretched out. Okay, let me get my ILS runway 08 in. Do the nav graphs to check it out. Alright, so we're expecting Lugos 1, or that's what we planned on, arrival. Okay, just want me to put all these in, don't you? Oh, there we go. You know, I never thought of doing that for the...
ASTANALINE 7132, established on localizer.
Oh, you mean for this one, put the radio, like on the radio?
Continue climb flight level 150. Continue climb flight level 150, ASTANALINE 109. ASTANALINE 7132, continue approach.
Continue approach, ASTANALINE 7132.
Oh, on here, on heading?
ASTANALINE 7132, contact Almaty Tower 119.4.
119.4, ASTANALINE 7132.
Lights off. Are we climbing? We're not climbing because I didn't tell it to climb. That's why we're not climbing. Let's see, tell me what this doing.
ASTANALINE 109, expect Lugos 1, arrival, Lugos ILS, approach, runway 08, report when ready for descent. Expect Lugos 1, arrival, Lugos ILS, approach, runway 08, report when ready for descent, ASTANALINE 109. ASTANALINE 916, continue descent, flight level 140, clear Echo 1 Zulu, arrival.
Alright, so expect Lugos 1 arrival, Lugos ILS approach, runway 08. Report when ready for descent.
ASTANALINE 109, ready for descent. ASTANALINE 109, descend and maintain flight level 110. Descend and maintain flight level 110, ASTANALINE 109.
We get up and go right down.
Please keep your seatbelts fastened while the seatbelt signs are. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened when
Told you it was short.
toilets are located at
Not the shortest flight I've done on this world tour, but
is not permitted at any time.
one of the shorter ones.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. All details can be found in your in-flight brochure. You can also purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shop. Thank you.
Let's get this information in for our approach. QNH 1016. Wind 140, 6 knots. Temperature -1. And our transition is flight level 60. And then our minimum for this approach is going to be check. I don't know my METAR stuff 100%, like the right here, like the RA and the NSC. Minimum visibility, so that's minimum VFR. Yeah, 6 knots, 140, H1
Good afternoon once
016,
again to the
yes.
cockpit. As you
And
may have noticed, we've
no
begun our
significant
descent.
clouds. Okay, that's what that
Depending on the
meant.
destination air
NSC
traffic, we
is.
should be landing in around 20
Still have
minutes.
missed.
In the
Yes.
meantime, I will be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. After that, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated and you'll need to stay seated until after landing. On that note, if you need to use a toilet, then you should try to visit one now as they will be closed during the approach. For now though, I will wish you a very good afternoon once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while once we've landed.
A minimum there on the radio,
Cabin
99.
crew, prepare the cabin for landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be
What?
stowed unless
Give me
there
where
is a
change
window
the...
You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened.
Yeah,
to the
I know.
Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you
Oh.
do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service. Thank you.
Ugh. Oh, I see how that actually, I see what you're saying there. Or at least for, like looking at the, even at the chart, because they got that, I never kind of put those together, that there's the blue rings around the airport on the ILS chart, or the actual approach chart.
9117, clear ED1 Zulu, arrival.
Clear ED1 Zulu, arrival 9117.
I mean, I don't know what it needed help with, but I mean, it adds having those distances that the same rings that you have on like the ILS chart here, or the approach chart. Just kind of have your distances. I never thought of doing that, like putting it in so I could, oh, okay, I'm at 15 or I'm at these certain spots, as opposed to just sneaking over and looking at this chart. Alright, so localizer, we got 111.7. Let's go in here and make sure we got all that coming up. 111.7, course 75. We're going to capture glide slope of 3,400 feet. Airport elevation is 2,090 feet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense actually. I did have the one where I had the one where I had to cross a certain point. When I was flying from Cleveland to Chicago, I got a call to do I think it's Watson is the waypoint, and then you have the Watson arrival. And he called and said, descend and cross east 5 miles of Watson at flight level 210 or whatever it was. I'm like, oh crap. And so I was just kind of like estimating it on my screen there, but it's like, oh yeah, you can just put the fixed point in. I completely forgot about the fixed point. I think I was flying the 7. I have to figure out how to do the fixes. I know how to do fixes in this plane. I have to go back and look how to do it in the Boeing, because I was flying the Boeing for that one. Now, we crossed at the right point. I mean, it was fine. And it was a very interesting call, though. It's like, really? 5 miles? I mean, in the grand scheme of that whole approach, I feel like he just wanted to do something different, because it's like, why not just have it cross at Watson at that flight level? Why make it that little extra complication? Because when it was all said and done, it's like, it had no bearing on anything, really. It really didn't. And it would have been more valuable for the air traffic control to like let anyone know that they were running the reverse ILS, because they had us come in when I got on approach. He's like, oh, ILS 28 center or whatever. But the ATIS said that they were using 10 center and 9 left and all the, going the opposite direction to land. Like, why does he keep saying that? And other pilots were confused too. We're like, why? What? And we kept asking for verification. They're like, no one ever said, yeah, we're using, reverse ILS. And I think as we were coming in for the approach and I got vectored on to the ILS, I was like, oh, okay, must be doing the reverse thing. But it would be so nice to know that 30 miles out, so that you're going, oh, am I on the right approach here? Because there was no indication of what runway we were supposed to land at until on final approach. It's like, oh, you're cleared to land this runway. Couldn't just say that earlier. But maybe I don't know.
7940, radar contact. Bishkek approach, Astana 109, Lugar 1, arrival at flight level 110. Astana 109, radar contact, fly heading 240, continue descent, flight level 80.
Hello.
Fly heading 240, continue descent, flight level 80, Astana 109.
Take your seats now, we're almost ready.
No problem. All stations. Kids landing.
Just any waypoint? Oh, like so I could see if I wanted to see like a waypoint beyond. Oh, that's actually, there you go, cool. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, I've always wondered, like, how can I see my distance to like, yeah, let's put it in a Charlie Foxtrot. I can always see, you can always see the distance. Your next waypoint right there. Ah, cool. There you go. See, now you're teaching me some stuff. Make sure I'm descending. We are. Getting our speed down. Yep, on flight plan. Yawning suddenly.
Astana 109, continue descent, flight level 40. Continue descent, flight level 40, Astana 109.
Put a speed constraint. What, an altitude constraint? 3,000?
Astana 109, turn right heading 255. Right heading 255, Astana 109.
Why am I putting 3,000 in there? Constraint is 3,400. What in? Yeah, why am I putting in 3,000 for that? Whoa, what the heck? You know I did that and it's screwed. Now my auto thrust is messed up. Now my plane's speeding up. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Astana 109, turn left heading 240. Left heading 240, Astana 109.
This is the auto throttle though. Alright, let's see how bad the ATC is going to screw me here. Because they're vectoring me, which is okay, fine. Sometimes the vectoring gets kind of wonky. Sometimes it's fine. But we're just sitting here at 8,000 feet. 8,000 feet, and we do need to be at 30,400 feet for the intercept. Actually, I mean, you can even put the constraints on here. Like right there, 3,400. Actually, right here, I think we're supposed to be at 4,400 according to the chart. Actually, the ATC giving us the vectors has helped us, because if we had followed the flight plan, it would have turned us in way too soon. All these airports, you get slightly close and it just skips it skips over those waypoints. You see where that turn is? It's just like boom. It's like, dude, we have to go out, then turn. The FMS on the fly-by-wire has been kind of getting a little less than appealing. Oh, I said it was a sunrise. It's actually a sunset. It just looked like a sunrise as we were finally breaking the clouds. This is my favorite part of a flight, when ATC, it just, whether it's the AI ATC I'm using right now or it's VATSIM, where it's just, I don't say anything and you're like,
Left heading 225, Astana 109.
Can I descend? Or
Astana 109, turn left heading 200.
Did tell me to descend.
Left heading 200, Astana 109.
Stupid.
Astana 109, turn left heading 160. Left heading 160, Astana 109.
Mikolaj, welcome in.
Astana 109, turn left heading 090. Left heading 090, Astana 109.
I missed the call.
Astana 109, turn left heading 135. Left heading 135, Astana 109.
I had my
Astana
ATC
109, turn left heading 120. Left heading 120, Astana 109.
Yeah, more little things, more little things we can do. It helps with trying to comply with things. Like I said, my issue on VATSIM, you asked like what I need to improve on. My issue is just being able to, catch the calls, because again, sometimes it's just, I'm getting better like at the more common, okay, how do I report? How do I, boom, boom, boom? But then it's like the ones where it's like, okay, what did you say? Or the worst part for me is when they call it's. And I don't know if this is like an airport familiarity thing or what it is, like how you solve this kind of issue, but it's when they call a waypoint or something. And like I had them call like Cuban. They called a Cuban 1 approach when I was coming to Jacksonville, and I had Cuban 1 approach. That was my planned approach. But then when they said it, my brain said, "Oh, Cuban, Cuban," and I'm like, "Wait, what approach is that? That's not on. We don't have an approach like that." And it's like, "Oh wait, Cuban. My approach was Cuban, Cuben or something." And it's just like, killing me. I maybe didn't even extend that far.
Astana 109, continue descent 3,400, QNH 1016. Continue descent 3,400, Astana 109. Astana 109, fly heading 075, cleared ILS, approach at 3,400, runway 08, report established on localizer. Fly heading 075, cleared ILS, approach at 3,400, runway 08, report established on localizer, Astana 109.
Alright, landing gear down.
Astana 109, established on localizer. Astana 109, continue approach.
Does it not auto land if you just have one? I know you usually put it into. Actually, it's weird. Or if I don't put it in soon enough, to it just switch, because I've had it where I put it in maybe too late and then it just switches to 2. Must be what happens. Yep. Got my landing system there. That's why I wasn't seeing my diamonds. We flew the Yeah, we flew
Astana 109.
Airbus last time.
Bishkek Tower 118.1.
I've been flying the like I've
118.1.
yeah. The first time I flew the Airbus in like probably 5-6 flights was at least 5 or 6 flights was that flight yesterday.
08.
Let's see, we are. Looks like we're about 4 probably.
At 6 knots, clear to land, 08.
Clear to land 08. Astana 109.
1,000.
Oh yeah, right there. There it is. That's right. Being quizzed on my landing here. Right. That's right. We're letting it auto land. Yeah, the progress page and the progress page for sure. Being able to see like future waypoints. I was always trying to figure out like how can I see, how can I see like I think you can see the estimated time, but never the distance. You can always just see like on the progress page or some page. Yeah, that's the big one.
Hundred above. Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Retard.
Astana 109, one vacated
Retard.
contact ground, 121.7.
One vacated contact ground 121.7. Astana 109. Bishkek ground.
Landed kind of firmly.
Runway vacated.
Astana 109, taxi to parking 4.
Taxi to parking for
Cabin
Astana
crew, please set
109.
doors to manual.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Once that happens, you will start deboarding and you'll be able to leave the aircraft. Thank you.
Parking chart is completely useless.
Our ground crew will help you complete your self-loading cargo journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information,
Let's get GSX
check
going.
our official Facebook page.
Get our APU going. All that good stuff.
Thank you.
Where you press wheel, now press F bottom. Want that. Let's see what the heck parking 4 is. Oh, there we go. Military combat. Nice. What's parking 4? There's a bazillion parking spots here. Okay. Guess we'll just have to figure it out. There's 747 sitting here? Wow. Okay, let me get an APU going. Oops. I forgot to turn on my lights when we got clearance. So there's a terminal. We'll go over for close to the terminal. Again, I'm surprised by the number of planes that have been injected and are parked here. Alright, what's F bottom? Oh, you mean like flight controls? Oh, this is actually nice. They got some nice modeling for terminal over there. Another freeware edition. Probably ported over, I would guess ported over from, I don't know, not the most high fidelity, but again, it's free and better than Jetway seems really high. I don't have my panels lit up. How close are we going here, dude? That didn't help at all. I probably ran him over. Yeah, okay. No. You're not very helpful, Marshaller. Not at all. Alright, parking brakes set. APU bleed. Yeah, you're talking about the flight control page right here, yeah? Where you see the rudder. All that stuff. Yep, you got the arm. Where'd my armrest go? It's always down, and I always put it up so it's not in the way. Where did it go? There it is. There's my armrest. Yeah, I was having actually for the longest time, or not for the longest time, but I noticed when I kind of jumped out here. I don't know what was causing it. Actually, I think I know what was causing it. We figured it out. I think it was FS to crew. The animated first officer. Because the animated first officer, what it does is when it does the go around, or not go around, the walk around, they push back this seat, and so they have modeled in a seat. But then what happens is if you actually pay attention, you'll have these seats, and then you'll have their modeled seats. So there's like a seat within a seat, and it's kind of weird. So it's kind of a not the greatest thing there. All right, let's turn off the engines. Probe should be auto.
Ground to cockpit. Go ahead. Cabin crew, the aircraft is secure and the jetway is connecting. You are clear to start deboarding. Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please. Microphone check is 5 out of 5. Roger.
I always appreciate that
Captain.
one.
Ground power is available. Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes. Roger.
That's one of the drawbacks of some of these airports is that you may get the airport, but then GSX doesn't work at it. All right. Well, we're here. Let's have them deboard. That. Let's check out our flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your portable electronic device.
Third person to arrive at Manas International Airport tonight. Yeah, really quick flight. Actually went this way. Landing. Wow. So, it's so weird. I have no idea because like Flo said we landed at what, -268 or something with the auto land. Usually Flo has a higher number than what records in Volanta, but Volanta -352 for the auto land. That was a really firm auto land, to be honest. Oh man, 37 minutes, black time an hour, and 3. So again, a very short flight. I don't know why passengers keep not showing up. Why my call sign doesn't show up either. really not the injecting of these lights into Atlanta are not working lately. Okay, that's that. Check out the world tour map.
Ground 788 parking 3. Request clearance to line.
There we go. And today, Kyrgyzstan. There it is. Next flight, we're going to be repositioning down to Kuwait. And I believe from Kuwait, we're going to go over to Damascus and clear out Syria. So a long flight. The next one's a 4-hour or so flight. So depending on what the time or what the schedule looks like, might be using some time acceleration. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. But that should be a good flight. Be nice to go back to Kuwait, check out that airport again. That was one of my first like revelations of like really good, like a really decent freeware airport. And now with some of the freeware airports that are dropping, the Kuwait one doesn't look as great. There's just some that people have put in some amazing work. There you go. There's the I guess the new terminal, or I don't know what that is. Terminal 2, I would guess. Manus 2. Yes, I know. I don't know what time I'm going to stream tonight. I told you, I have no idea. If I knew, it'd already be scheduled, but I don't know because I have to kind of figure out what we're doing. You know, I have a life outside of flying a Microsoft Flight Simulator. I wish I could fly all the time, but I can't. So, thanks for coming in. Thanks for, showing me a few things there in the Airbus. That's kind of cool, a few of those things. That I haven't picked up yet. I mean, it's always like picking up little things going, oh, okay, that's how that works. And no, I mean, it's like I can't tell you what time or where I'm going to fly, because if I knew, like the only thing I could schedule, if you wanted me to tell you where we're going to fly, we're going to fly from here to Kuwait. That's the only flight I can tell you for sure, because I don't know what VATSIM looks like, and there's no events going on tonight when I would come on. And I don't know if I can come on tonight. Like, yesterday I thought maybe I would. Couldn't. So, like I said, I'll let you know. Just pay attention to Discord, pay attention to YouTube. If nothing goes up, then probably not doing anything. So, again, thanks for coming along on the flight. We'll be flying again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Shouldn't be late, barring any technical issues. Get to bed tonight, and I will see you then. Until then, happy flying, and take care. How long has my microphone been off? When did I turn my microphone off? I usually don't. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Austin. Yeah. I was just finishing up the stream. I was just talking, and then I was blabbing about Christmas there to answer your question. I don't know what my goal is for this year. I don't know. I don't know what my goal is. I don't know. I had a goal, and I don't know if I want to do that goal now. I'm kind of just, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Christmas was all right. Yeah, trying to do some more VATSIM. I mean, we're going to be finishing up the world tour, so pretty soon. So we'll be able to be a little bit more flexible on routing. Start planning different flights and try to kind of pay attention to VATSIM, see what places are kind of hot at what times, and kind of go from there. Like I said, the problem is, I mean, VATSIM is it's a European game at this time of day, and I'm not super comfortable flying in Europe all the time, but we'll see. Yeah, we're going to be a little more flexible, more flight requests. I might start doing like a US tour maybe. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know what's going on with the flight school. I haven't called them yet. I'm dragging my feet. I got an offer from my boss is asking me if I want to take over his job, if I'm interested in that, and that'd be a really nice position, because it's right here. Home every day, can even work from home quite a bit, so that now it's kind of decided, it's okay, do I want to do that, or do I want to go through the trials and tribulations of becoming a pilot. I think my wife's opinion, she's kind of like, well, why don't you get the promotion, do that, and then you can save some more money. We can get, maybe wait a few more years until my son's in school, and then she could go get like more of a job to help cover more expenses or whatever, kind of get more established on a few things. And then, and even better, that it's like, okay, well, I'll have more time with the promotion. I won't have to work 60 hours a week, 12-hour days. I'll be working, 5 days a week, weekends off. I could potentially go get my private pilot's license if I wanted to do that, get that done first, then go to something like ATP. And that's the thing, I haven't called ATP, but again, I've been hearing like kind of the rumblings, because there's so many people going to flight training and they have such a backlog that they're kind of tightening the requirements, or tightening who they want to let in, basically to the point where they'd rather see you come in with a private pilot's license first, because that's okay, you've gone through that, you've done that, you've made that commitment. So Sasha, it's really hard to listen when I'm streaming. That's a big thing. It's really hard when I'm streaming and I'm trying to read chats and I'm trying to talk. That's a big thing too. It's really hard to stream and VATSIM. There's that. And again, it's getting used to, there's a big difference when you're in a plane. I will tell you this, when I went up for my flight, my introductory flight, it was a lot easier to understand air traffic control. I think a big thing is and so I might even turn off some of the static stuff, because a lot of that's overplayed a little bit. I feel like it's a little overplayed, because that's what it sounds like when you listen in to air traffic control from the ground. But if you're in the plane, it's actually a little bit clearer. Even in the training plane I was in, it was a lot clearer. It wasn't as hectic. I mean, that's the big thing. It's like I sometimes feel some of these controllers actually make it a lot more hectic than it needs to be. They're not, you're dealing with people who are all levels of communication, speaking skills, whereas ATC tends to, in real life is a little bit more, it's obviously life and death. So, but yeah, so that's what I think that's where I'm leaning right now, is to go like, okay, I'm going to throw my hat in, just kind of drag my feet on the flight school thing. I think part of it was I wanted to do it sooner than later, because, just the way the hiring is right now and my age. But also, I can't, my wife really wants to go back and visit family in China, but it's really hard for me to take off, you know, to go to China. You're spending, for us to all go, it'd probably be $4,000 for plane tickets. And it's not worth it to go for a weekend. You can't really, you know, it's like, it's just not going to work to go for, what, 3-4 days? I mean, so I need to be able to ask off for 2-3 weeks would be probably the ideal thing, 3 weeks at the minimum. And I've already burned a week of vacation now over this, you know, this slow Christmas time. So now I have another week, and that's all I have. Now, I could ask off a couple, maybe I could get off a couple unpaid weeks or something, but, you know, now I'm digging an even bigger hole. And so my plan is, like, okay, we'll go visit, you know, once I finish up this job and I go to flight school, you know, I'm going to have to kind of basically quit this job because flight school's full time. And so I was like, okay, well, we could take like 3 weeks in between or whatever. We'd go over and visit, then come back and go for it. So there's kind of that pressure too. So we'll see. You know, everyone keeps asking me, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very, I mean, taking the promotion, you know, putting my hat in for the promotion. I mean, it's not a guarantee either, but it's like putting my hat in for that. It's like, okay, you know, and if I decide, I look at it, you know, I'll get through the interview process, and they decide, hey, you know, would you like the position? Here's what we'll pay. And I could say, you know what, it doesn't really fit, or I don't want to do that, or whatever it is. Or if I take it and I do it for a few months, and it's like, you know, this isn't what I want to do. Okay, right? You know, it's not like I'm getting a $100,000 loan, quitting my job, and, you know, it's a little bit of a, you know, a gentler path, I guess. I don't know. Part of me, though, doesn't want to get stuck and go, like, regret not going and flying, but I kind of really, I don't know if I've made the, you know, 100% convinced myself of taking that leap. All right, well, thanks for coming in. Yeah, like Sasha said, I might fly tonight. We'll see what it looks like. But, you know, family comes first. My wife really gets grumpy if I'm flying and there's things to do that we need to get done. So I will see you tomorrow for sure, though, 7 a.m., 1300 Zulu. Probably flying, most likely flying from here, Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, down to Kuwait. But I might do a requested flight as well. We'll see what I feel like doing. What flight I feel like doing. All right. So until then, happy flying and take care. See you, Austin. See you, Sasha.